Moment for Arsenal fans because the story, the saga is over. Viktor Gyökeres to Arsenal is a here we go. The agreement, the verbal agreement, still waiting for the parties to sign all the contracts, but the verbal agreement between Arsenal and Sporting has been completed today around lunchtime in London with the agents of the player in London, with the director of Arsenal, Andrea Berta, on it, and in direct communication with Sporting. After, guys, last night, I told you, on Monday, Man United were offered again the chance to enter into the story for the Viktor Gyökeres negotiation. Basically, from Sporting, the message was something like, we are still not closing with Arsenal, so match the bid, come into the race. Man United considered that possibility, but what I can tell you is that they never sent any formal proposal because the answer from the player was always the same. Only Arsenal Football Club. For Gyokeres, there was no other option. Arsenal Football Club. That was the message of Gyokeres to the president of Sporting. That was the message of Gyokeres to his agent. That was the message of Gyokeres and his agent, 𝐶 𝐂, to all the other clubs. We said about the Man United opportunity, Saudi clubs 10 days ago, all got the same answer. Arsenal Football Club. So, trust me, this story is now at the signing stage, so let's wait for the formal steps. But as soon as this story will be official, I think Arsenal fans should really rate what Gyokeres did to be an Arsenal player, because he had crazy money proposal from the table from Saudi, also the opportunity with Man United to eventually match the bid, pay what Sporting wanted and hijack the deal, but for Viktor Gyökeres was only Arsenal Football Club. And when a player is exposing himself like this, and the agent together with him, it's something really strong. So Gyokeres is going to Arsenal. As mentioned, the agreement will be for 63.5 million euros plus 10 in add-ons. So this is going to be the agreement. Also important to say, guys, that these add-ons have been the crucial point of the story, because they've been negotiating on the structure of the add-ons for more than 10 days, always with some issues on Sporting side. They always requested for more, but then Gyokeres, with a strong position, always said, I'm not coming for training. I'm not going to play for Sporting anymore. I want the club to respect what we said, and so now the agreement is done. Don't forget that Arsenal pays 63.5 million euros because the agent of the player will reduce his commission in order to facilitate the deal. Gyokeres also took some part of the salary and gave up on this part of the salary to facilitate the negotiation. So everyone did their own part in this story, but finally now Mikel Arteta is ready to have the striker he wanted, Viktor Gyökeres, after a really crazy story, crazy negotiation, very long saga. Now Gyokeres to Arsenal is a here we go. And is a fantastic news for Arsenal because they add one more player. Meanwhile, Christian Mosquera is traveling to the pre-season tour after all documents signed between Arsenal and Valencia. So the player is on his way to be with the squad of Mikel Arteta. So for Arsenal, all the pieces of the transfer window are going to the right place. Don't forget that there is still the opportunity for Arsenal after they extended the contract of Ethan Nwaneri, because Nwaneri contract is extended, is signed, is done until 2030. Arsenal still consider the possibility of adding one more offensive player. 𝐶 remains a strong option. They had very good contacts with the player camp already weeks ago, waiting to see when and if they will approach Crystal Palace. Don't forget that Arsenal also appreciate Xavi Simons, but Chelsea are really pushing on that one at the moment, so let's see what's going to happen there. But for sure, Arsenal are not done on the market, and I think there could be also more things to keep an eye on in case there will be some outgoings. So let's wait, let's see. For Arsenal now, these days were really important in the Gyokeres saga, and they got it done. So now, let's wait, let's see, and then at that point we will